Hello, I am back. Trying to steady my camera. I did attempt this video and it went wrong. So yeah, I'm back here. The cards, I'm not putting them back in order now. It doesn't really make much difference whether they're in order or not. This deck is by someone called Priestess Moon. Okay, Rockpool Publishing. This is the back. 36 cards, which is not really ideal for me. I like cards to have more, decks to have more cards in, but it's fine. It's a colour guidebook too. How to use the cards, intro. Obviously, I said that the wrong way around. 5 signs that the Deadly Apothecary is working. They're numbered, which helps because we know that I do not like decks that have no system to their guidebook. There is a bibliography. I did not know that. Pardon me. Obviously, where the information came from that they talk about. The intro, poisons and antidotes, how to use the cards, fame, mortar and pestle, personality review, cauldron layout. Deadly signs. So for each card, it tells you the proper name for it, as in the scientific name, the energy, the other names, traditional or medicinal uses, magical, historical uses. There is the poison, so that's the negative aspect, and the antidote, which is the better aspect. So, also this and this here, a note on poisonous plants. In these modern times, these plants must not be touched or consumed unless administered by a trained practitioner. Well, I think that's something they have to say. I don't really think you have to be trained to use some of these plants at all. But it helps to actually have information about them and an understanding of them before you go. Like, some of them you can't even touch with bare hands, so there's that. But if you go around picking up any random plant you want to, then, that's your problem. Giant hogweed. Boggard posy. Like, these two I've never heard of in my life. Oh, I should say the edges, there's some kind of edging. It's not matte though, but it's not metallic, so whatever. These are the backs, and the cards are pretty flexible. Poison ivy, which I have heard of course. Larkspur, I've heard of. No idea what it is though. Lily of the Valley. I think lilies like are toxic to animals more so than people. Arum lily, although I could be wrong about that because I'm not a botanist. Angel's trumpet. Foxglove. I did not know until I was an adult that foxgloves are poisonous, and I used to pick these when I was a kid and take them home in bunches and just shove them in a little vase. So I was living my witch life as a kid, taking home poisonous plants. I think that's why I like foxgloves now. Mandrake. This reminds me of Harry Potter. Not Harry Potter. Hogwarts Legacy, which I have been playing, and you use mandrakes as a weapon in that game, which is funny. Henbane, I've heard of that one. Black Bryony, Snowdrop, I didn't know they were poisonous either. Deathcap, Tobacco, which I didn't, when I first saw the card I was like, well, that's not poisonous, and then I thought, well, actually it does harm people, but it's legal, so whatever. Opium Poppy, Madonna Lily, You. I like this card, it's pretty cool. Mistletoe, Monk's Hood. It's funny that's the witchcraft one. Hemlock Water Dropwort. I presume that just means hemlock, or is it maybe it's a specific type. I cannot speak this afternoon. Fawn Apple. Oh, I know what they are. Yeah. Cuckoo Pint. Never heard of it in my life. Cannabis again. Like, I don't consider this to be a poison. This is more to me like, I mean, I don't use the substance, but more of a mind-altering substance than poison, so I wouldn't class it deadly. Just my opinion, I guess. Liberty Cap, Destroying Angel. Interesting that it's soul contracts. Like, that's very random. Stinging Nettle, Rethink Restriction. Baneberry, never heard of them. Cherry Laurel, Narcissus, Nutmeg, Castor Bean. Ah, here's Hemlock, so that must be it, another variety. Black Hellebore, Belladonna. This is my favourite of the toxic plants. I think Foxglove and Belladonna are kind of on a par. I think Belladonna's the most deadly of the two, though. Flying Agaric is my favourite mushroom. And Holly. So let's riffle. It riffles. And I will pull a card. And we'll have a look at what the book says. Cherry Laurel is our collective card from the deck. What are we, number 34? See how easy it is to find things? So the Cherry Laurel is, now bear in mind I'm not a botanist, Prunus laurocerasus. Prunus laurocerasus. Its energy is bitter and crystalline. That sounds very like a trip to the doctors. Other names: English laurel, common laurel. Traditional medicinal uses: it was used as a sedative to bring relief from insomnia and night coughs. The poisonous parts of the plants are the leaves, which contain small amounts of the deadly hydrocyanic acid. Magical historical uses. The tree is used in protection and love spells. So the poison. The disempowered cherry laurel tries to keep the peace at all costs. If someone is upset, they believe it is their personal responsibility to calm things down and make them right. They avoid confrontation and are always the first one to yield, which leads to them being taken advantage of. Their feelings do not appear to matter, getting brushed aside and eclipsed by louder and more aggressive personalities. Cherry laurel feels as though they are walking on eggshells with someone, which affects their health. The antidote. Cherry laurel has a natural calming energy, which makes them an ideal peacekeeper, a useful skill. However, they constantly misuse this ability by capitulating to a loved one. They can feel bitterness creeping in because their needs are always being ignored. Cherry laurel is allowed to speak up and tell others if they feel they are being mistreated, even if this disturbs the peace and causes conflict. In fact, it is sometimes necessary. They say choose your battles, and in this case, cherry laurel must fight. It's interesting that the antidote is, it seems more like a negative in a way, like saying that you choose to fight, but at the same time that is quite right. Like, if you're being taken advantage of, like, don't let people take the piss. Like, stand up and be like, oi, stop it. So that is the card and the Deadly Apothecary Oracle. I don't think all of these are deadly apothecary plants, but I mean there's obviously something about each one that let's have a look. So number 15. So there's nothing in cannabis that is poisonous. Let's look at tobacco. 20. I'm just interested, that's why I'm looking. Yeah, it literally doesn't have any poisonous bits. There was something else I wanted to look up. Number 9. Snowdrop. Oh, well, that's not poisonous. So, okay. Some of these plants are not poisonous, so I don't know why they were picked for this deck, but I mean, they're nice. And some of them are my favourite plants, so it helps. But thank you for watching. Please feel free to like the video and comment what your favourite plant is in, if you have a witchcraft practice. Plants you like to use that have come up in this. Thanks.